Here.
They're hard to see.
And then back here.
But Kimberly Lottis is pointing at bullet holes.
There's some back here.
Holes in the body. Even in the dashboard of the Jeep she's still driving, 17 months after a man with an AK-47 shot her and her son. After coughing up $1,500 to clean up blood and tissue, she couldn't afford to fix everything.
It's not been fair, but we just kept taking all the blows and moving forward the best we could, and now we're just kind of I'm just stay home.
The bullet holes aren't the only scars from that night.
I just become a different person when I get to work. I just pretend that everything's great.
I barely do stuff with it.
Her son, Kenny Lottis, has a bullet-shattered elbow that won't bend, destroyed by a round from that AK-47.
I can feel stuff, but I still can't make a full fist, so.
We don't believe that the suspect knew any of these people.
Kenny and Kimberly had stopped to help a man they thought was suffering a medical emergency. He opened fire with that rifle. Police identified him as Austin Benson, who'd been accused of using the same rifle to shoot at people in 2018 in Douglas County. He was too mentally ill to go to trial, and in 2023, a judge dismissed the charges.
No one in his family should have ever been able to get the guns back for him.
6 of Benson's guns, including that AK-47, went back to his home, taken there after the Douglas County Sheriff's Office released the weapons to Benson's wife because she had power of attorney.
How do you give her his guns and not realize that they're going to end up in his hands?
You can't undo the mistake of pulling the trigger.
Tony Spurlock spent 8.5 years as Douglas County Sheriff, and in 2019 spearheaded passage of a new law.
Passed as amended.
The Deputy Zachary Parrish III Violence Prevention Act, commonly known as the Red Flag Law, honors a Douglas County Sheriff's officer murdered by an armed, mentally ill man. Spurlock backed the bill despite opposition from the political right.
As a Republican sheriff, didn't see this as a Republican issue. I saw this as a public safety issue. I still see it as a public safety issue.
Spurlock called this incident a textbook case for the law. It lets cops, prosecutors, teachers, clergy, mental health providers, and family members go to court and argue that someone they know is dangerous and armed, even if they don't face criminal charges. If a judge agrees, that person's guns can be taken away for up to a year. The law was in effect Spurlock's last 3 years in office, when 25 red flag petitions were filed in Douglas County, 18 by law enforcement, 7 of those by officers in his department.
It is what we swore to do as the sheriff and as law enforcement officers, and that is to protect the people and to protect people from themselves, too.
Spurlock left office in January 2023, and Darren Weekly replaced him. Since then, red flag petitions in Douglas County are way down. 11 filed, 4 by law enforcement, none by Douglas County Sheriff's officers.
That should have happened when his charges were dropped that October.
I think the system let those 3 people that were shot in Aurora, let them down.
Sheriff Weekly, whose office returned Benson's guns to his wife, declined our request for an on-camera interview. In a statement, Weekly called the Aurora shootings a horrible tragedy and said any suggestion that the sheriff's office could have prevented this tragedy is simply unfounded.
You want food? Keeps me busy throughout the day, so.
Back home, Kimberly and Kenny have a source of relief from the bills.
No, go get your ball. Go get your ball.
From the stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
An actual source of joy.
Teddy's been a great distraction. He keeps our minds busy, and he's kind of, I feel more relaxed having him around.
Come on.
Austin Benson's attorneys and prosecutors have been working on a plan to commit him to a locked mental health facility. If that comes together, it's expected the criminal charges against him will be dismissed because he's mentally ill. That could happen at his next court hearing in early December.
Kevin, we've all been doing this for a long time. We've seen situations like this, and they're frustrating every time. But I would imagine some of our viewers are watching this going, come on, something needs to happen here. Do we know how the guns got to his wife and then to him?
We know the beginning and the end. We know the sheriff's department turned them over to her, and we know that on the night of the shootings, they were out in plain view inside his home. We don't know what happened in between them. Police and prosecutors have not said, and she has not been charged with any kind of a crime, so we just don't know.
Oh.
People that know somebody best, though, should know what state of mind they're in. When we talk about a red flag law, explain it to people. You have to go to court.
It requires,
That's the deal?
yes, it requires somebody to file a petition in court. And it's basically filling out 2 or 3 pages of paperwork saying why you think this person is a danger to themselves or somebody else, and what weapons they have access to. And then there's a court hearing, and the judge takes testimony from people and decides, yes, this is legitimate, or no, I don't agree with this, and we're not going to take the weapons away. If the judge agrees, they can take them away for up to a year. That can be extended if they're still considered to be in crisis or mentally ill, or they can be returned to them if they've gotten treatment and people agree they're no longer dangerous.
So is there anything in the works that might take guns away from people that had criminal cases dismissed because of mental illness?
There's been discussion among legislators about making a red flag filing compulsory in cases like this one, where somebody's charges were dismissed because they're mentally unable to go to trial. But so far, there has not been actual legislation proposed. It's been discussed. And if that were to happen, you would have a situation where either the district attorney or the police agency involved or somebody would be required to file a red flag petition once these charges are dismissed.
And none of it's happening quick enough for the people you spoke with.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's so hard for them. But the story last night and today, fantastic work. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.